What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the 1894. I'm Darrell. I have Joe with me here today. We're discussing the beating that Brighton just took upon the hands of Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not even going to start with just the performance. I'm starting with Kevin De Bruyne. Joe, how happy are you with him?
I'm very happy that he's decided to turn it around to play football since the last international break. It's taken him a while to finally figure out that he does have two functioning legs, but he's got there eventually. I think the stick that he was given from both me and you was justified, but he has started playing like a man possessed, let's be honest. We've got 6 Premier League games left, a couple of Champions League semi-finals, hopefully a final. There's 9 games left to go maximum this season, and he's decided to hit form at the right time the last 10, 15 games of the season, which, you know, I'm happy. I've always wanted him to become good. It was starting to turn into an agenda more than anything with how much it annoyed me. But no, I'm more than happy to see him have turned around his performance, and he's looking like he's the crucial man at this current moment in time. And you know, there's obviously a question to his fitness. Was he even fully fit today? If he's not, then that makes his performance like 10 times better if he wasn't fully fit. So hopefully he can continue to stay fit.
Yeah, exactly. Fingers crossed, because we're going to need him. We're going to need everybody in. And especially in games like today, I mean, we were looking like we weren't going to get on over for so long. I think we were all saying at halftime, this is just going to be one of those games. It took a moment of magic in De Bruyne bursting through the midfield to actually set up Mahrez. I don't know how it went in, but it went in. It went in somehow. And fuck it, I'm chuffed with it. But I thought the game itself, we came out very fast, like, you know what I mean? I thought the actual football we were playing was all right until the passing got a little bit sloppy. But I thought the press was something that I really had to know. I thought the pressing from the start was really, really good. What do you think, though? Full performance, not just focused on De Bruyne now this time, but the entire performance.
It was a subpar first half. Obviously, the press was much better. It was, I don't even know if it was much better. It was a changed way of pressing to what we've seen this season. It was slightly different in the way we approached it. There was a bit more intensity, and I don't know whether that's the whole mentality of there's like 10 games left of the season, just go full hell for leather and try and win every game, like full on. But there was something different about the press. But the passing in the first half was a little bit left to be desired, to be honest. There was a few passes short, a few passes long, a few hospital passes. Obviously, in the final third, it's much more difficult to get the pass right, but when you're getting most of them wrong, it's just going to be incredibly difficult to score, and we just didn't look like scoring at all in the first half. 0-0 was the first scoreline at the point, because again, we didn't look like scoring. Brighton hadn't really done anything in the game. They didn't really do anything in the game at all, really. They had a couple of set pieces, one at the end they put into the family stand. Fantastic. But no, look, it was fairly comfortable in the second half. I expected us to come out in the second half, play much, much better. I expected Pep to be on the players' cases about passing, and obviously the introduction of Diaz is a warm welcome, considering he hasn't played any football. Finally, he's decided to get some minutes ahead of Real Madrid. And look, Ake's come off with an injury. Unfortunate. Stones came off. Was he injured? I don't know. Maybe, possibly. I don't know why you would take him off otherwise. Obviously, Walker, we don't know anything about him, and Cancelo suspended for that first leg. So Diaz getting minutes is very important, and it took him a whole 90 seconds to have already crunched someone. So that is superb behaviour. It wasn't a foul, but he still crunched him.
He loved it.
So did I. I loved it.
He loved it. Right. Yeah. Right, back on track. The Nathan Ake injury is not something that I'm very happy about. I think it's been class. And now he's come off again. And like Stones is probably just precautionary. I'd say he'd be fine. But that's had to blow on my dream of playing 4 centre-halves as a back four against Madrid. Anyway, I'm really upset now. But what can you do? Zinchenko's more than happy to come back. I imagine Walker's going to be back. I think he's just giving him every precaution possible so as to not get injured before Madrid. I think he'd be fine for Madrid, to be honest. It's just a pure guesswork from me now. But someone I want to, before we go into the player rating, someone I want to give a little special mention to is Rodri. We just spoke about De Bruyne, who's someone that me and Joe have had an agenda against. Rodri is someone I've had an agenda against, and he's just come out this season, proved me completely wrong. He's fantastic. How good do you think he was today? I know we've only given him like an A or something, but I mean, there wasn't much for him to do, but what he had to do, he done well, wasn't it?
He's the unsung hero of this team. He doesn't necessarily need to put in 8, 9, 10 out of 10 performances every week to be crucial to the way that we play and crucial to us winning games. As long as he keeps it tidy and has a sort of 90% pass accuracy and, you know, maybe a couple of long balls here and there and breaks up a couple of counter-attacks, even if it's like a 7 out of 10, it's still good enough because he's just the anchor. He needs to just become an option when playing out from the back, become an option when we go forward, sort of a deeper presence. Say if we end up going all the way back to the halfway line and it infuriates you, but you know you've still got the ball, you can still keep going, and it's something that he has much improved upon this season in terms of his actual defensive work. We always screamed at him because he just wasn't a Fernandinho player. He wasn't a player who would just take someone out and get a yellow card just because of a counter attack. But while he's not doing that all the time, he is actually successfully breaking up the counter-attacks with tackling, interceptions. He's come a long way this season, and you can see that when we don't have him, we miss him a lot. That is obviously part of the fact that he's really good, and part of the fact that Fernandinho, his backup, just hasn't got it anymore. He's past it, really. So he's crucial. I think he needs to stay fit as well. There's a couple of players. Obviously, we need to keep everyone fit right now, just the amount of injuries that we are picking up. But there's a couple of players where you go, if they're injured, their backups are either, you know, not up to standard or, you know, they are just too crucial to the way we're playing. Rodri's one of them this season. We've become too used to him sitting there in that lone holding midfield role. And again, long may it continue. Hopefully, he can continue to play. And I've been predicting a Rodri goal for a couple of games now, and he hasn't scored one in ages. He normally comes out with a screamer out of nowhere, so it's coming.
Exactly, it's coming. It's coming very, very soon. I can smell it. He's gonna get one. It's the same as everything though. I think I said a Stones goal or something, didn't I, today? And that didn't happen either. But you know, one of the predictions will have to come true one day. But it goes into the player ratings, won't we? I mean, Edison straight away gets a 7. Ake came off with an ankle. Ake, he gets a 6. Unfortunately, he played 45 minutes football. Laporte 7, Stones 8, just because he filled in at right back. I felt the need to bump him up a little bit. And Cancelo 7. I saw a stat last night. Joao Cancelo has 1.6 shot rate conversion percentage rate. That's only gone down tonight because they've taken 2 or 3 more shots that you see that put wide or over. So, you know, he's blown a bit hot and cold, but I thought overall he was good. What do you think of the defence?
Nothing at all they had to do, really, to be honest. Brighton didn't trouble too much. They didn't trouble as much as I thought they were going to. They're a team that like to come and actually play their style of football regardless of opposition. Obviously, they've just... In the preview, I said they come off the back of a 2-1 win and a 1-0 win over Arsenal and Tottenham. Like, that's very impressive for a team like Brighton. I expected them to come with a bit more. A couple of set pieces, they didn't really trouble. Edison must have made only like 1 or 2 saves or something. It was pretty comfortable for the back four. Obviously, Ake injury, not ideal. He's injured himself kicking the ball. I don't know what's going on there. It's baffling. But it can happen. Unfortunate that it happens now while we have... I wouldn't say disaster, but we're closing in on a defensive disaster in terms of injuries and suspensions. Hopefully it's not too serious because, like you said, he's been really, really good this season when called upon. It'd be a shame to lose him because he's reliable and he's versatile.
Yeah, it's ever since he put on that headband, he's had to turn it into like Roberto Carlos, which is great. So long may it continue. Hope he's back from Madrid, to be honest with you, because it doesn't affect how many there's many there for Madrid. Gonna have to call upon Wilson his brand again. In the midfield, Rodri gets an 8. I think we only give him an 8 because, again, like Joe said, he doesn't have to put in 9s and 10s every week to be called a good performer, and he's just consistent and he's so crucial. We play, he has to get an 8. Gundogan got a 7. I think I'm being nice to him, put a 7 in, to be honest. He missed a big chance. I thought overall he just looks slow and sluggish, but he's coming off an injury, so it's okay. De Bruyne 10. I'm not saying anything else about him. We already covered him in the first part of it, didn't we?
Yeah, not much more you could say. 10, again, questions as to whether he was fully fit for this game, and if he's not, makes the performance just miles better. Gundogan as well, the same, slightly injured. You give him the benefit of the doubt. Didn't play against Liverpool because he had a knee issue, and I'm surprised that Pep threw both De Bruyne and Gundogan in today, considering they were both injured for the Liverpool game. It was a surprise to me. I would have thought it was one or the other, just sort of a needs-must situation.
Yep.
but it kind of threw me off a little bit. And then again, Rodri's just reliable. Most times this season comes up again, 8 out of 10, one of his better games, but he doesn't need to have standout performances every single week. He's in a position where you don't need to be standout, you just need to do your job, and he does his job.
Exactly. That's how it is. Once you get the job done, you'll get the wins, you get the 3 points, and you'll win the trophies. That's how I see it. And then front three, Mahrez gets an 8. I thought the goal really saved what was a subpar performance. I thought his deliveries into the box, especially in the first half, were dire. But he came through the other side. He got a goal. He got an assist. Again, it was just a subpar performance around that. It's the only reason he's really down there. And Bernardo gets a 9. He was one of the main reasons I think the press was so good. Obviously, he got the goal as well. He was dropping back into the midfield and he looks so much better in that role as well. I just want to see him back there. And maybe move De Bruyne a bit further forward. I think when De Bruyne moved into those channels, moved into that further up channel, he looked even better than he was bringing out of the midfield, which is crazy to say because he was so good at bringing out of the midfield. And then Foden gets an 8 as well, got the goal. I mean, did he get the goal? Realistically, no. It's probably bounced off about 7 different Brighton players and their dogs to get it in the back of the net, but we'll take it. It's gone. It was going near post, it ended up far post. We take it. We don't care in that way.
We don't care how they go in. First goal, absolute. I don't know what happened there. Pinball machine took, 4 different deflections off Mahrez and various Brighton players. It was disgusting, but it went in. Game opens up a little bit more because Brighton, obviously, they'll come out a little bit, might swing at it for 5-10 minutes while it's maybe a bit hectic while we're calming down from the adrenaline of the goal. Game opens up, you can see that I don't know what Robert Sanchez is doing, to be honest. He made a couple of absolute howlers where he just kicks the ball to us. He wasn't very good. The Foden goal, again, it still technically is because the shot was originally on target, but the shot has gone the other side of the goal. So should it be his? Probably not, but in the rules of the game it is, so we'll give it to him. Again, on the left, he looks much more happy on the left than on the right, through the middle. Obviously, kind of has to play through the middle in the bigger games because it's the only real place he fits in when you got like Sterling on form and people like that. But again, much more comfortable today. And Bernardo, again, I don't know how he's managed to press this high after playing so many minutes. He's played almost every minute in that 4-game stretch. He's played. Did he get taken off? I'm not sure. I don't think he did. The man plays too much football and he'll go out and he'll run another 15k again. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. And the touch for his goal from De Bruyne, just to go back to it, sensational. Great finish as well. I think Foden could have had another one as well. I think it was offside. Got called back for offside. Still should have put it away though. Still should have put it away. And Mahrez, again, if set piece delivery is poor, it's not on him. It's on every single player. We don't have a good set piece taker. It's all awful. Yeah,
true. Very, very true. I was referring to one. He had just come in off the channel, and he tried drilling one into this is the one I'm on about. He tried drilling one into just the box. He hit a P-roller straight into one of the Brighton centre halves, and I was just like, right, that's me done for the first half. Went out, made myself a cup of tea. But look, it doesn't matter. We take these wins. You need these scrappy wins. These are wins that you have to get to win the league. And I'm happy out with it, to be honest with you. We're going into Madrid. No, we're going to Watford. I keep forgetting what day it is. We're going into Watford next. Then it's Madrid. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see you for that one.